All right, hey, Shalom, Akim. I want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Shem Shai. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone. Much love and respect to you brothers out there doing the work of sincerity and truth, striving for the hopeful leg during all afflictions and seeking out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Yahweh Shem Shai, Barakatam Akim. All right, back out here again to prophesy the downfall of America, to let the Negro Latinos and Native American Indians know that you're the true Hebrew Israelites of the Bible. All right, just basically go into prophecy and speak about the current events that are going on throughout the whole earth and whatever else the Spirit may have, that it wants to come out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to start out with Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1. It says, I will stand upon my watch and I will set me upon the tower. Okay? And that's what we are. We're watchmen. And we're standing up upon a tower, figure of speech. You know, we're not actually on a physical tower, but we're out here in Great Babylon, man. You know? And pushing forth this word. Okay? And we're watching. We're being watchful and sounding the trumpet, man. You know, let me bring out this other scripture in the book of Isaiah. And a lot of people, they ain't doing this, man. Why? Because they're dumb dogs. You know? They don't have the ability or the spirit to come out here and to preach. And not even just preach, but have the truth. Okay? Not everybody has the truth. And I'm going to bring out that scripture as well. But I'm going to bring out this other one. In Isaiah 62 and 6, it says, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. That's right. So we're out here being watchmen, man. A watchman is the one that's being cautious of its surroundings and things that are going on. You know, looking for dangers. You know, things that are dangers for a community. Okay, and the community that we're looking out for is the elect. You know, the Israelites, the Negro Latinos, and Native American Indians. Okay, that's who we're looking out for, and sounding the trumpet, the alarm, letting them know that what's going on in the earth is the beginning of sorrows, of things to come that are far greater, and ultimately Yahweh Shai's return, man. You know, it says, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. You know, that's why brothers are out there making videos. You know, you got brothers on the East Coast. You got brothers over there in the far West Coast. You know, the time differs between the East and the West, and between the Midwest. You know what I'm saying? So, and you got brothers in Europe. You got brothers in Mexico. You got brothers in Alaska, Canada. You know. So you got brothers doing videos at different times of the day and night, man. Brothers doing the videos early in the morning, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. The elders are doing videos at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. You know, you got the brothers out there in Hawaii that are doing videos like around midnight. In our time, it's already time to go to bed, but them brothers are out there doing the work. You know, and then brothers still staying up, making videos. You know, that's us doing it day and night. We're sounding the trumpet, man. We're making known this word. We're not being lazy and just sitting around and not doing nothing. Like these false preachers and pastors and all these self-proclaimed Christians that think that they have the Spirit of the Lord, they ain't even doing what they're supposed to be doing, man. This is what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be presenting your body a living sacrifice and making known the things that are coming to fruition, that it's time. It's not time to wake out of thy sleep, man. It says, ye that make mention of Yahweh, keep not silence, and give him no rest till he establish, until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. So this thing has to, once the Most High is dealing with you and he wakes you up, he tells you to go onto the highways and the byways. That's the time that you have to, that's your starting date. And then you have an ending date, which is basically never. You know, you don't have no ending date. So you have to have the mentality that when you come in, your starting date, once you go onto the highways and the byways, that's your starting date. And then there's no ending date. All right, unless the Most High gives you your walking papers and he's like, hey, man, that's enough. I don't need you no more. You know, but you have to have that mindset, and that's what the Most High's mindset is for the men of the Lord, the prophets. This thing is a serious business, man. It's them. It's a career. It's a profession. Okay, it's something that they're confessing and they ingest it, and they're professing and confessing out to the world, man. Is that this is what they believe in? This is our faith. Okay, we believe that the signs that are coming are tokens of Yahweh Shai's return. Why? Because the scriptures have proven it. And even just say if we didn't have the word, it's just common sense to be like, damn, something's going on. Why is all this all this chaos going on in the earth right now. Something has to be going on. Something bad is coming. You know, the indigenous people of the lands knew this stuff, man. They didn't have the holy scriptures. They just knew that they knew how to read the signs of the times, man. You know, like it says Issachar, but all the tribes had certain men that had the ability to read the signs of the times, man. You know, primarily Issachar had the that gift. That was one of the gifts of that tribe, of that nation, or that tribe, is to read the signs of the times. You know? Okay? But a lot of these people, they're not doing that, man. Well, let me line another one up. You know, and that's what we're doing. We're standing upon our watch, and we're making known the things that are coming to pass, man. All right? This is Isaiah 56:9. It says, all you beasts of the field come to devour, yea, all you beasts in the forest. His watchmen are blind. They are all ignorant. They are all dumb dogs. They cannot bark. Sleeping, lying down, loving to slumber. And that's these false preachers. All right, these false pastors out here in the world, man. Whether they be knowingly that they're Israel or not. Because you got Israelites that are giving false doctrine to the fold, man. You know, we know that the Most High has things set up. You know, that he has certain false preachers, pastors, self-proclaimed prophets, and things of that nature that are of Israel to lead astray the ones that he don't want. Okay, just like he has these churches set up because that's that broad gate. Just because you know you're Israelite doesn't mean that you're going to be saved, or doesn't mean that you have the truth. Okay, if you're teaching that the RFID chip is Christianity or some type of philosophy, then you're going off, man. That's a penalty worthy of death, because you're taking and adding away from the scriptures. This book is spiritually discerned, and it's not hard to understand that the RFID chip is the mark of the beast. It's easy, you know, because that dude Zabak or whoever else is doing it, they either paid off or they're just straight up fucking demons, man. You know, coming as a sheep, but within they're as ravening wolves, man. They're a demon. You know, that's a penalty worthy of death. You know, so that's what they're liking. As I read, it says, his watchmen are blind. They are all ignorant. They are all dumb dogs. They cannot bark. They cannot bark, man. They're not sounding the trumpet properly. They're sending off a different signal. You know, you got some camps saying that you have to build. I think it was the Daniel with the IUIC saying that you have to build your kingdom within Esau's kingdom. Is that not what we're doing already? But it's a spiritual building. He's talking about wanting to build a physical kingdom with schools and you know what Judah's always been doing with the communities, you know. And all of it's turned to shit, man. All of it was of no profit. You still got criminal activity going on, you know. Yeah, you got the Bloods and the Crips united, but they're still doing drugs. They're still slanging. They're still killing each other. They're still popping each other's women, committing adultery, and then causing murders. You know. It was all in vain, man. It says, yea, they are greedy dogs which can never have enough, and there are shepherds that cannot understand. They all look to their own way, everyone for his gain from his quarter. That's right, from each particular church, they all have their own particular thing set up. You know, they're greedy for gain, filthy lucre. You know, they want to be admired and seen of men. They want to receive lip service. They don't give a shit if you're sincere or not. And if you're sincere, they're like, hell yeah, I'm gonna take this one. When you come to these damn sheep's, these wolves in sheep's clothing, and they know that you're sincere, they love that because they're gonna take advantage of you, man. You're easy prey. You know? That's why you, Israel, you Negro Latinos and Native American Indians, you gotta gird up thy loins, man, like a man. And show yourself that you ain't putting up with no shit. Speak up for yourself. Not for yourself, but speak up for the word, because we are defenders of the gospel, man. These people ain't defenders of the gospel. They're all about their damn selves, man. That's the difference between us and them, that we're coming out to the highways and the byways. We're preaching, proclaiming the time of the day of the Most High and His Son, Yahweh Shai. Presenting our body living sacrifice. Risking everything, man. You know? Risking everything. for this truth, and hoping to the end that Yahweh Shem Yahushua has mercy, man. All right. It says, "Come ye," say they, "I will fetch wine, and we will fill ourselves with strong drink." It's like when you go in the book of Proverbs, that woman, that strange woman, said the same thing to that young man that she saw. You know, you can't be simple out here in 2019, man. You're supposed to be doing your research. You're supposed to be going into the origins of certain knowledge that's out here in the earth, finding out what it's really about. And if you don't got a full understanding, you can't quite get it. You can ask questions of a man of understanding. It's like the signs of the times. All these riots that are going on in the earth, all these different seditions and insurrections that are going on in the earth, you're supposed to be asking questions if you don't quite understand. If you have a sense of common sense, and it's telling you that that this could be the end of days, then you're not quite sure. Ask a man of the Lord, man. And I ain't talking about your church, your preachers and pastors in these churches. I'm talking about the men of the Lord on the highways and the byways, man. A great millstone. We're the ones that are going to tell you the truth. We ain't going to hold nothing back. You know? We're going to tell you what it is according to the Bible. You know? It's either good, like the scriptures say, keep your yay, yay, and your nay, nay. Ain't going to be none of this wishy-washy, backpedaling bullshit. You know, well, I'm not sure, da-da-da. And if a brother is not sure, he's going to get the answer for you. All right? But he's not going to tell you any lies. He says, "Come ye," say they, "I will fetch wine. We will fill ourselves with strong drink, and tomorrow shall be as this day, and much more abundant." And it's a lie, because to be drunk with the philosophies and the lies of this world is what's going to get a lot of Negro, Latinos, and Native American Indians killed, man. Why? Because in return, they're making them blind. They're still continue to put in that cover over that veil over their minds, man, to not see the truth. Not be able to see, you know, what, like, for example, all these things that are going on the earth, you know, all these natural disasters, natural occurrences that are detrimental to the environment, or men doing it because of his own labor, his own work, his own dealings. This is not no coincidence. This is they'll tell you that it's because it's a natural cycle. Yes, it's a natural cycle for a kingdom to fall. That's the end of the world. The end of the world is not the earth is going to be destroyed. The end of the world is the end of a nation, a rulership, which is the so-called white man Esau, according to the Bible, okay? Which is clearly and it's plain, man. The Lord said, "Is he a man that he should lie?" You know, this is the book of truth, man. Whether people want to accept it or not, okay? And that's where they're jacking up a lot of you Negro, Latinos, and Native American Indians, because they're not out in the highways and the byways. They're not telling you the truth. They're not sincere, man. You know? There's a lot of things that are going on in the earth that people need to know, man. That how it links up with the scriptures. You know, and there's a lot of people that know about Matthew chapter 24 and Mark 13 and Luke 21, you know, but they don't know about those scriptures are very important, man. It's not no fairy tale. This ain't no lie. This is things that actually coming to pass, man. You know, the animals are dying. The scriptures talk about that too. The animals are going to perish, right? The herbs, the fruit of the field, you know, food, the shortage of food is coming. The storehouse is going to be found empty. All that is, famine. You know, a coming famine on the earth. There's going to be a lack of bread. All that is coming, man. But people don't want to. They don't want to believe in that. The Bible talks about all that. The Bible talks about the blood moons. It talks about the certain cycles of life. How the cycle of life, it has a beginning and an end, but it continues, man. You know, the Lord tells you that He raises up kingdoms and brings down kingdoms, man. He kills and makes alive, or vice versa. He makes alive and kills, because it's a cycle. It's a never-ending cycle. But once Israel is put in its rightful place, once and for all, to fulfill Deuteronomy chapter 28, right? Deuteronomy 28 and 1, all the way down to, let's get it real quick. Deuteronomy 28 and 1 through, was it 14? You know, that's going to come to that prophecy, or that blessing being fulfilled to Israel. Okay? Because 15 down to 68, that's what was the curses were put on Israel, man. You know? So we're the ones that are out here telling the people the truth. We're not holding nothing back, whether you hear or forbear. You know. This is Ephesians 4:25. Wherefore put away lying, speak every man truth with his neighbor, for we are all members one of another. You know, so we're putting away lying and speaking the truth. We're not being like these coward-ass preachers and prophets, man. And you Israelite, Negro, Latinos, and Native American Indians that are speaking lies, man, to the congregation. All right, but the elect are gonna be sealed, and they're gonna believe in every word that this book is speaking of, and how they read it through the Spirit out here in the world, man. You know. All right. Let me see here. So it said, hold on. It says, wherefore put away lying, speak every man truth with his neighbor. Right? So we have to put away lying, right? And not be deceivers. Because there's many deceivers that are coming to the earth. Let's go over here. 1 John 4:1, it says, beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirit, whether they are the most high, because many false prophets are gone out into the world. You see? So there's many of them, and they're out in the world, man. Hereby know ye the spirit of the power. Every spirit that confesseth that Yahushua is come in the flesh is of the Most High. Right? And every spirit that confesseth not that Yahushua Mashiach is come in the flesh is not of the Most High. And this is the spirit of the Antichrist, with the anti-Messiah, meant to be against the Messiah, meaning to be against the word, the words of prophecy. Right? Whereof ye have heard that it should come, and even now already it is in the world. That's why you got a bunch of people walking through that broad gate that lead to destruction. You know? 2/3 of the Negro, Latinos, and Native American Indians are going to die, along with the heathen. So that's a lot of people that are going to perish in the earth, man. You know? This is 1 John chapter 2, verse 18. Little children, it is the last time. Right? We're in the last days. This is the last time, man. So there's going to come a point where you ain't going to hear this warning anymore. You ain't going to hear the sounding of the trumpet anymore. Okay? So you have to take heed to it. You have to pray to Yahweh Shema to open you up to the truth, man. You have to pray to him and ask him for the truth. You know? Not just sitting around acting like the Lord is with you and then you're over here not doing shit about it, man. You know? There's people that have all kinds of knowledge. Doesn't mean that the Lord is with them. The scriptures say, put on as the whole full elect. Make your calling and election sure, man. You know? It tells you to be circumspect, vigilant. Be occupied in prophecy. These people ain't doing that, man. And you got you got some brothers that are falling off on that. You know? Not falling off, but they're falling into those complacencies, man. I speak this to myself as well. We all fall into it. We're still in the flesh. You know? You have your hot days and your cold days. You know? You're on fire 1 minute, then the next day you're cold. But you know what I'm saying? It's a constant battle. You have to keep fighting, man. You know? But this is the last time. And it's going to come to a point where that last time is going to be fulfilled. You ain't going to hear this word no more. You ain't going to be on the internet. There ain't going to be no internet. You ain't going to see brothers on the highways and the byways. The city's going to be quiet as hell. People are going to be wondering while everything's popping off, they're going to be wondering where those men were. Where's that guy at that was out here on the street downtown here in San Angelo, Texas? Where is he? Does anybody know where he is? Where is he? Where can I find him? You know? So people may know relatives of mine, whatever, this, that, and the third, trying to go to their house seeking me out. You know? Why? Because that last time came, man. We've been warning you and telling you. You know? It says, little children, it is the last time. And as ye have heard that the anti-Messiah shall come, even now are there many anti-Messiahs, whereby we know that it is the last time. See, and that's part of it. That's part of the end of days, is that you got a lot of people that are falling to different philosophies, customs, traditions, religions, you know. You got a bunch of the Negro Latinos and Native American Indians that they're into all types of shit, man. You know, well, the Jamaicans, you know, Benjamin Banyamyan, he's into the Rastafarian religion, you know, thinking that Selassie was the Messiah. You know, they were believing in all that bullshit, man. You know, Issachar believes in Santa Maria, Santa Guadalupe, the baby Jesus, Jesus Cristo, right? The Trinity. They believe that the Catholicism is the ultimate religion. With the Holy Roman Empire, when they brought in pagan customs into Christianity, that was done by Constantine the Great. And it messed everybody's mind up, man, when he incorporated pagan worship. And who are one of the greatest Catholics out here, man? The so-called Mexicans, man. The Puerto Ricans, even though they dabble within witchcraft, you know, we're the ones that are telling you these things, man. You know, you got the Latin tribes, the Northern Kingdom that dabble. They're Christians, but then they're doing left-hand shit, man. Still speaking with palm readers, tarot card readers, you know, fortune telling, horoscopes, brujeria, you know, going to the cunaderos, you know, and they're just bugged out, man. The Cubans are into Santeria, you know. It says, they went out from us, but they were not of us. That's right. So these anti-messiahs that are against the scriptures, they're not of us, you know. And the Lord is weeding them out. The Lord is only is keeping the ones that are diligent, the ones that are predestined from the foundation of the earth, but they're diligent. They're fighting, despite of all obstacles, all situations. We're pushing and hoping in Yahweh Bashem Al Bashai, man. Warning, sounding the trumpet, man. We're sparing the flock. You know, showing love, man. People think that we're not showing love because we're not speaking a certain way, man. The people, they just love lip service. Now I understand people need to be spoken a certain way for them to calm down and to be able to heal, and people learn in different ways and things of that nature. But that don't mean that a man that speaks so rough, he's not a man of the Lord, man. That don't mean that. It means that he's zealous, he's on fire, he's pissed, he's vexed. You know? It says, for if they had been of us, they would no doubt have continued with us. But they went out, that they might be made manifest that they were not of us. That's right. So if you're not doing the work, you're basically anti-Messiah, man. You're anti, you know, you're against the Messiahs. Because what Yahweh Shai say? He said to go into the highways in the Bible. He's going to the earth. You're going to go to the uttermost parts of the earth preaching this gospel, man. What is the word gospel, man? It says the good news. So how is news supposed to be pushed out to the public? You know? Even Esau knows that. Esau has to push out the news by way of the television, the cable. So if you have news, right, you have something to speak about, how is anybody ever going to know if you're not doing nothing? You're just sitting on your couch in your apartment or your house. The Lord never gave that commandment. The Lord was against a person that was inactive. You know? But you got to know how to differentiate between one that is putting on that garment as a man of the Lord, but by way of what he's preaching. Right? Because the scriptures say the Lord's sheep shall know his voice, man. You know? And we know Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai's voice because we read the scriptures. And we know what's going on in the earth is prophecy. It says, but ye have an unction from the Holy One, and you know all things. So we know that clearly by what we see, that it's coming to an end, man. You know, everything's gonna is gonna be destroyed, as Yahushua said. Not one stone shall be left upon another. You know, everything's gonna be destroyed out here, man. You know, there's gonna be a lack of bread. There's gonna be a famine. You know, it's gonna be utter chaos out here, man. All right. So going back to, I'm gonna go to Isaiah 6 and 8. It says, also I heard the voice of the Lord saying, whom shall I send, and who will go for us? Then said I, here am I, send me. You see? So Isaiah, he was a hand-picked man, which he was a prophet, man of the Lord. He was hand-picked by Yahweh Shem Shai, right? But Isaiah said, here I am. He presented himself. He's like, hey, I'll go. Because the powers that were there, he said, who's going to go for us? Right? So there's certain men on the earth that have to push out this word, man. And there's certain ones that are going to hold the keys of the kingdom of heaven in truth and sincerity, man. They're not going to lie to their neighbor. They're not going to add or take away from the scriptures. And if they have a slip of the tongue, they're going to confess that and repent of that, man. You know? So Isaiah goes on to say in Isaiah 6 and 9, and he said, go and tell this people, right, hear ye indeed, but understand not. So the angel's telling him, go and speak to his people, which who? The Israelites. Okay? The Negro Latinos and Native American Indians. And is that not what we're doing? We're speaking the truth to our people, man. Warning them, sounding the trumpet. Telling them what they have to do. Instead of always being a hearer, but also being a doer. Apply yourself. Get your book. Read. Study. Get into it. Get in the spirit. Pray that the Lord puts the spirit on you to get involved, man. It says, and he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not. And see ye indeed, but perceive not. Right, it says, but perceive not, meaning that they're not going to be able to see these things. They're not going to understand them. Right? Like I said, because they say, oh, this is natural. This is a natural occurrence. This is what has to happen. Now, realizing that Yahweh Shai is about to come back, man. We're going into the Third World War, man. All right? Let's say if the Lord didn't come back, but he's warning us, preparing us that he's going to protect us in the coming calamities. Wouldn't you want that kind of protection? That spiritual protection? You know? A lot of you people don't even know, like I said, in 2019, people don't know what the Lord's name is, man. This is Proverbs 18 and 10. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. And a lot of people don't have that. They think Jesus Christ is the name, and then they're running into a vain hope. They're running into something that's vain, that's unprofitable. But because they have a strong delusion upon them, they believe in a lie, man. You know? Wouldn't you want that protection is what I'm saying, though. Isaiah 6. It's like when people go to a job, they get in 401ks, they get life insurance. Why? Because they're trying to secure their future. This is the same thing. Why would you want to neglect this? Why would you want to cast this? Why would you want to cast this to the side? A lot of people do that because they don't want to give up their wicked ways, man, their wicked deeds. And that's fine. You don't have to. You know, we ain't forcing nobody. We ain't forcing you to see the signs of the times that we're in. Telling you that Yahweh Shai is about to come back. And at the meantime, he's filling up the elect. You people don't even know what's going on. It's like there's a lot of shit that the world gets involved. I don't even know. I don't even pay attention to that stuff. I don't know what's going on with the world as far as like sports and all that extra shit, that, you know, different types of entertainment, you know, all the different drama that goes within these celebrities. I don't give a shit about none of that. Why? Because there's no profit in it. You know, this is the same mindset that they have with this truth, with us brothers, the majority of the world. You know, it's like, what's that going to profit us? That's what they say. As a matter of fact, let me get this one account in the book of Jeremiah. I believe it's in Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah chapter 44 and verse 15. Then all the men which knew that their wives had burned incense unto other gods, and all the women that stood by, a great multitude, even all the people that dwelt in the land of Egypt and Pathros, answered Jeremiah, saying, As for the word that thou hast spoken unto us in the name of the Lord, we will not hearken unto thee. See? Why? Because they love doing wickedness. Jeremiah was a man of the Lord, right? He had power. Yahweh Shema Shai was with him. But you still had people that resisted against the Spirit, man. The Holy Spirit. They despised it. They cast it aside, man. They weren't with it. And he says, and this is what they say, but we will certainly do whatsoever thing that cometh forth out of our own mouth, out of their own mind. You see? They don't want this word, man. They don't want this truth. They want to do their own BS, man. You know? They want to worship demons. They want to worship these false gods. This is Isaiah 30:1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover what they covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. For his princes were at Zoan, and his ambassadors came to Hennes. They were all ashamed of a people that could not profit them, nor be in help, nor profit, but a shame and also a reproach. See? So we're telling you these things, but you ain't going to believe what at least you experience it, man. You have to experience it to know what we're saying was the truth. Then shall you know that a prophet had been among you, and all these things come to pass, man. You know? It's fine. Y'all people can ignore. You can laugh. You can scoff. You can, try to murder us. Try to get us fired. Try to be little bitches. You know, that's fine. You're gonna have it, like the scriptures say in the book of Job. The triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment, man. All right. It says, going back to Jeremiah 44:17. But we will certainly do whatsoever thing goeth forth out of our own mouth, to burn incense unto the Queen of Heaven. Right? So they worship these different idols. Right? The Queen of Heaven today is synonymous with Mary, the Virgin Mary. Okay? Which is nothing but a demon, which goes back to Semiramis. They worship a Hamitic power. Okay? Just like you worship Jesus Christ, which was a so-called white man named Caesar Borgia that lived in the 1400s during the Renaissance period, man. That worship dead people, people that died. You ain't worshiping the true power, which his name is Yahweh Shai. Y'all's doctrine is all backwards, man, contrary to the spirit of Yahweh Shai Shai. That's why you people ain't moving in the fear of the Lord and looking at these things as a token unto you, saying